Thank you for purchasing the Great Northern Frosty Keg. These are beautiful machines and they'll provide years of use and partying for everyone. We've provided this quick video to make your assembly process a little bit easier. You'll see it comes shipped in a double wall stock package. There's 2 boxes to protect it during shipping. We've also have the plastic lining over the door to prevent any scratches during assembly. Please leave this on until it's complete. Upon opening the door, you'll see it's set up for refrigerator use, so we'll simply take out the shelving, take out the different boxes. We're going to open those up and lay those out onto a counter, so everything will be out easy and readily accessible as we put this together. There is a list of all of the components that are included. In a second here, we'll show you a little better close-up of each of the individual kit items. The first thing you'll see there is the coupler, which is going to be for the keg tap. You'll have the wheels, the casters, the premium dual gauge system. That's a washer assembly system, and well with the CO2 tank. And there you have the tower and beer line. Alright, step 2 is to attach the dual gauge system to the CO2 tank and to set the tank pressure back to 0. The first thing you're going to grab is the dual gauge system, and we're going to look for a washer that looks like this. We've got several washers, and most of them are already installed into the system. You'll have to double check. There's very few that might have fallen out during transit. This appears to have been one of them. Once that washer is in place, you're going to go to the pressure valve on the pressure gauge system. There's an Allen wrench. You're going to open the screw slightly so you can turn the pressure gauge all the way to the left. It may take a wrench to break it at first. Sometimes it's hand tight, but this time it was a little tight, so we used a wrench to break it, and you can see we've loosened it all the way around to the left. That will prevent any pressure going into the line prematurely. Next thing we're going to do, where we put the washer on the line, we're going to attach it to the CO2 tank. There's an included wrench to do this. Simply start tightening it by hand. Once it's in position, go ahead and finish using the wrench that's included. You'll tighten it. You're going to want to keep the gauges in an upright position, as that will be easiest to see once they're installed in the kegerator. All right, we are complete. Step 3 is quite simply, it's simply attaching the green CO2 gas line directly to the gauge system. You'll see the most important thing is to grab the green end of the line, and you'll see there's already a gasket installed. If there's not, you're going to have to install it. We've included 2 extras with the zip tie on the Allen or the wrench there, so if you don't have it, they're on both sides. You'll see all you do is simply turn it on, crank it over, and in a matter of seconds it will be tight, and this stage will be complete. We're on our way. Step 4 is attaching the wheels. Rather simple. Just make sure the big wheels, which have the locking mechanism, they are on the front. And also it's very important you secure these down with a wrench. If you leave them loose, they are prone to bending and could actually break off, so it's very important you tighten them down. Step 5, you secure the CO2 tank to the keg with straps, and you make sure all the valves are off. Rather simple is simply get the strap, hook it around the back side, carry it around the front. You'll be able to secure the CO2 tank in place. The second thing is just make sure the CO2 tank is off and it's already filled with gas, and then you're ready to go and proceed on to the next step. Alright, step 6 is installing the beer tower gasket as well as the beer tap. Rather simple procedures here. The first thing is get your gasket out of the packet. Wrap that around the beer tower. You'll see all the way from the bottom up to the top there. May take a second here to align it and put it on properly. Once that's done, you're going to feed the hose down through the hole into the unit, and then you're going to put the beer tower line it up in the proper holes, turn it to the right, and it will secure it in place. It's a very tight fit, and it's designed to be that way. Once that's completed, you'll see a line that's going to be waiting inside. Next thing to do is attach the tap handle. 2 seconds, just screw that piece on as well. Now you're in business, ready to go. All right, we're ready to go. Step 7, we need to tap the keg. Most important thing here is to make sure the black lever is in the upright position. You'll see the position is up. Once it's in the position, you're going to look at the bottom. You'll see the black seal. These should already be installed. Again, if they're not, go to the pack. There's a ton of extra washers and hardware. That is a valve that goes in for the gas line. You'll see it's a black small little insert. You'll put that into the side. That is where the gas line will connect. The top is the beer line. That is going to have the float as well as the spring. You're going to want to put the ball side or the marble, the black part, down. And once that's in, you're going to add the spring. Just set that in place. And you're going to position the keg. It will line up. You'll see the teeth that will connect. Push down slightly, not on the handle, but on the unit itself, and it will secure and lock into place. That's it for tapping the keg. It's rather quite a simple process. Once that's been established, you can begin to connect the different lines. That is the gas line, which comes directly from the pressure lines. You'll see it coming down from the gauges. You'll see the black valve that we just showed you a minute ago. Make sure that is in place, as well as a seal on the other end. Again, these should both be pre-installed, but if they're not, there are included extras in the hardware pack. So basically, you're going to put that on, and you're going to hand tighten it. Once that's secured, that is in place and finished. Then you've got the beer line. This is rather simple. Again, there's going to be a washer or gasket in the top. You're going to set that on top, screw it down, and securely tighten it. Once this is tightened, we're nearly complete. We need to engage the keg, and we'll be in business. All right. We're going to go in now and make sure all of the lines are set off or turned off before we go any further. The CO2 tank is off. We've got the pressure sensor or the regulator all the way to the left, so the lines are off. The gauges are both at zeros, indicating there's no pressure in the system, so there's nothing been activated. Now we're going to engage the keg. You're going to pull the handle out, push it down, and lock it back in. The keg is now tapped, and beer should begin to flow. You won't have much pressure if you go up top right now to the tap, so we're going to go down, and we're going to turn on the CO2 line. Simply turn it a quarter to a half turn to the left. Once the tank is open, you're going to go to the red regulator valve, and you're going to turn, that's showing the CO2, the amount of gas in the system, and that's the poundage right now. As we turn it, the optimal temperature we found is between 5 to 12 psi. So I'm going to slowly engage the CO2 until it's starting to increase there, until we get to about the 10-pound mark. All right, I've got 10 pounds. So now I've got the gas line is flowing. The air is going to the tank. You see the CO2, the red dial below is down and engaged. So we've got full pressure, and it's going. All right, we're almost done. We've got a couple of little small steps. We've got a keg board that's got to go in the bottom of the refrigerator. Without this, we're basically going to damage the fridge. We could have put a hole in the bottom, so make sure the keg board is in the bottom. These kegs are very large and heavy, as you're going to see. You'll slowly lift that into place and set that onto the bottom. Make sure you slide it all the way back, and once it's back into place, you're good to go. The fridge can be shut. All right, now that you got the keg in, you're ready to start beginning to dispense the beer. I want to caution you, the first 6 or 7, probably 2 to 3 gallons of beer will be primarily foam. Each glass will probably get subsequent less and less foam, but it will take a little while. Some of the reasons for that is, one, the keg may have warmed up while it's in transit. It could have been shaken a few times during transit or while you've been moving it around. And it does take just a bit to remove the foam. My recommendation, leave it sit for 24 hours, get it chilled properly, dial the gauge. You want the gauge between, I'm going to say 6 to 11 pounds. If you get any more than 11 or so, you start getting extra foam and too much pressure. These systems are great. Great Northern stands behind the product. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact them. They're more than happy to help you. Thank you for listening and watching the video, and we appreciate it. Have a great one.